जय श्री राधा गिरधारी की जय। जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय। जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. हरे कृष्ण। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। I seeking your blessings to perform this class today. Just I am sharing now Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. His works on history would sometimes take him into Little Italy, which overlaps Chinatown at Mulberry Street. In this neighborhood, places like Chinese pork products and the Mijiang Mi supermarket stood alongside Amrita's Clam House and the Paglia restaurant, advertising Cappuccino e la Paglia, coffee from Paglia. His works west of Bowery into Chinatown and Little Italy were mainly for shopping, but he also noted prospective sites for a temple. Chatham Tower on Chatham Square particularly drew his attention. Sometimes he would walk in the opposite direction as far as the East River and Brooklyn Bridge. But when a friend warned him that a sniper had been firing at strollers along the river, he stopped going there. Despite the bad neighborhood where Prabhupada lived and worked, he was rarely disturbed, Often he would find several Bowery bums asleep or unconscious at his door, and he would have to step over them. Sometimes a drunk, simply out of his inability to maneuver, would bump into him, or a derelict would mutter something unintelligible or laugh at him. The more sober ones would stand and gesture courteously, ushering the Swami into or out of his door at 94 Bowery. He would pass among them, acknowledging their good manners as they cleared his path. Certainly, few of the Bowery men and others who saw him on his walks knew much about the small elderly Indian sadhu dressed in saffron and carrying an umbrella and a brown grocery sack. Sometimes Prabhupada would meet one of his new friends on the street, Jane Michael Grant's girlfriend, met him on several occasions as he was out walking. January, I would see him in the midst of the potpourri of people down there walking down the street. He always had an umbrella and he would always have such a serene look on his face. He would just be talking his afternoon jaunts, walking along, sometimes stepping over the drunks, and I would always get sort of nervous when I would meet him on the sidewalk. He would say, "Are you chanting?" And I would say sometimes, and then he would say, "That's a good girl." Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritta Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Srinnatang Shakatha Krishna Punna Shravana Kirtanaha हृदयन्तस्थ हि अभद्राणि विधुनति सुहृत् सतम् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी मुखं करोति वाचलं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् श्रीगुरुं दीनां तारणम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning to you all. Before the class, just I am seeking your blessings to perform this class today. So please bless me and just correct me if I do something wrong, and please bless me. Hare Krishna. So today's verse is Canto 4, chapter 24, and the verse number is 68, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. अथ तमसीन ब्राह्मण परमात्मान विपस्थितं विश्वं रुद्र भयोधास्तं अकुतश्चित् भयागतिः अथ ताम असीन ब्राह्मण परमात्मान विपस्थितं विश्वं रुद्र भयोधास्तं अकुतश्चित् भयागतिः अतो ताम असीन ब्राह्मण परमात्मान विपस्थितं विश्वं रुद्र भयोधास्तं अकुतश्चित् भयागतिः. If anyone volunteer to read the verse, please continue, Prabhu. Yeah, continue, Prabhu.
अतोऽशीनो ब्रह्मन् परमात्मनं विपश्चितं विश्वं रुद्र भयादास्तम् अकुतश्चित् भयागति. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I am also trying.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Carry on.
Tamashino Brahman Paramatman Vipashitam Visham Rudra Bhayadhastam Akudaschid Bhayagatihi.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
अथ तमसीनो ब्रह्मन् परमात्मन् विपश्चितं विश्वं रुद्र भयध्वस्तं অকুতশ্চিৎ ভয়াগতিः।
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Would
Hare
like,
Krishna, Mataji, I'll try.
yes, please.
अथ त्वम् अशिनो ब्रह्मन् परमात्मन् विपश्चितं विश्वं रुद्रभयदष्टम् अकुतश्चित् भयागतिः. Hare
Wow, thank you, Devapon. Anyone would like to read synonyms and translation?
Synonyms, Mataji, I am doing.
Yeah.
Synonyms. Atha, therefore, Tvam, you, my Lord, Oshi, are, no, our, Brahman, O Supreme Brahman, Paramatmana, Paramatman, O Super Soul, Vipaschittam, for the learned, wise man, Visham, the whole universe, Rudra Bhoy, being afraid of Rudra, Dhvastam, annihilated, Akutoschid Bhaya, undoubtedly fearless, Goti, destination. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. You can continue translation, Prabhu.
Okay. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, all actually learned persons know you are the Supreme Brahman and the Super Soul. Although the entire universe is afraid of Lord Rudra, who ultimately annihilates everything, for the learned devotees, you are the fearless destination of all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Parput would like to read.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Prabhupada ki jai. For the purpose of creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this cosmic manifestation, there are three lords: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Maheshwara. The material body is finished at the time of annihilation. Both the universal body and the small unit, the individual living entity's body, are susceptible to annihilation at the ultimate end. However, the devotees do not fear the annihilation of the body, for they are confident that after annihilation they will go back home, back to Godhead. Tatpadayam punarjanma naiti mam iti sha Arjuna. If one strictly follows the process of devotional service, he has no fear of death, for he is predestined to go back home, back to body. The non-devotee are fearful of death because they have no guarantee of where they are going or of the type of body they are going to get in the next life. The word Rudra Bhaya is significant in this verse because Rudra himself, Lord Shiva, is speaking of fear of Rudra. This indicates that there are many Rudras, 11 Rudras, and the Rudras, Lord Shiva, who is offering this prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is different from other Rudra, although he is as powerful as they are. The conclusion is that one Rudra is afraid of another Rudra because each and every one of them is engaged in the destruction of the cosmic manifestation. But for the devotees, everyone is afraid of Rudra, even Rudra himself. A devotee is never afraid of Rudra because he is always secure, being protected by the lotus feet of the Lord. As Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9:31, Kuntiya pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati. My dear Arjun, you may declare publicly that my pure devotees will not be vanquished under any circumstances. Hare Krishna.
Very nice verse, and this is the last verse of Rudra Gita. Before discuss, I would like to take the blessings from Guru and Guru Parampara. Om Agyanam Timiram Thasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Saminiti Namini Snigdha Cheta Supraneto Bhagminam Charasapratam Prabhupada Gata Prana Namami Bhakti Charu Padam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desatarini. জয় শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্তবৃন্দ বাঞ্ছা কল্পতরুভ্যশ্চ কৃপা সিন্ধু ভয়েব চ পতিতানাং পাবনেভ্যো বৈষ্ণবেভ্যো নমো নমঃ। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। So just recap for this 33 to 68, because this is the final sloka of Rudra Git. That before I go, I would like to read the translation again. My dear Lord, all actually learned persons know you as the Supreme Brahman and the Super Soul. Although the entire universe is afraid of Lord Rudra, who ultimately annihilates everything, for the learned devotees, you are the fearless destination of all. So here is telling the devotees are fearless. Even Rudra is fearful, but devotees are fearless because they surrender to Lord. They do the devotional process. Okay, just I have made some PowerPoint so we can discuss. Is it visible? No? Sorry, hang on a minute. Yeah. This is chanting the song sung of by Lord Shiva. The Lord Shiva is singing for the Prachitas and about that how should we worship to Lord. So it starts from that, the glorification and his activities. So I will show some that picture so we can discuss. So here, the text 33 to 52. Lord Krishna's glorification and his activities. So please, can you tell what pictures depicts what? So that first section means Lord activities and his glorification. This is telling, and here that, can you tell anyone what is the description here of Rudra Gita?
Is Kshirodaksha Vishnu?
Yeah, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, the text 34, and is the original of the material sense and sense of object, lotus objects. Lotus flower is coming out from his navel. Then is text 39, Sarva Sattva Deha. Here the gigantic universal form which contains all the individual bodies of the living entities, and you are the protector of all the three worlds. Lord Shiva is telling to Lord Krishna. Then what is this one? Indicates that Radha Giridhari. This is darshanam, that our devotee would like to see your personal form, and that description is there how the Lord's personal form. He's the blue, his color is like dark cloud, and beautiful eyes, his forehead, and everything is so auspicious. He smiles to attract all of us, and his merciful glance, and his black curly hair, and his dress, pitambari dress, and his ornaments, that all are sweet. And also it's described how his shoulder like a lion, and Kostamani in his neck, and his chest is Srivastava, his abdomen, navel is so deep, it appears that the whole universe again wants to withdraw into the navel, again wishes to go back. And his lotus feet, it's 52 and 53 is telling about that sloka, about the lotus feet, how we can surrender. And if we surrender to lotus feet, our heart will be cleansed. And we should always engage in the meditation upon your lotus feet. Then next, there's 53 to 67. So one should develop the desires of devotional service, means bhakti yoga, and the result, it will tell 50 through 67 or 68. And 58, we found that he is asking for the association. Association is so important. And we know sadhu sangha, sarva shastri koi, labho matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. And text 60 discuss about the impersonal Brahman, and 61 has told about his manifold energies, but he is independent and he controls the Maya as well. And 62, we found that Lord is Vedanta and Lord should be worshipped, no other demigods. Devotees are very expert, Govida. And so his all activities are spiritual, means all devotees' activities are spiritual. And also we found that bhakti yoga, that whatever we do, we have to pray to Lord Krishna, not other demigods. That so the sloka is the nice sloka. Akamo sarva kama, muksa kama udaridaha, tibrena bhakti yogena jajata purusham param. So through bhakti yoga can cross the illusion. So then 63. You are the all causes, all that Krishna is the causes of all causes, that we know from Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Nadir Adir Govinda Sarvakara Karanam. Also, he is giving the knowledge to Arjuna from Gita in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, I am sources of everything. And text 64 is showing he is Paramatma, sitting in everyone's heart. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishta. And from him, that all remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness comes. And text 65, we found that he is the enjoyer and proprietor and everything, all over the universe. And 66, how Mataji nicely described the Saradhya Mataji, to control the greed and transform to material greed to spiritual greed. And yesterday, that Savitri Mataji also discussed that life is spoiled without your lotus feet. We should surrender to the lotus feet. Here, that from Chaitanya Charitamrita is telling we should surrender to lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. Life is spoiled without your lotus feet. Lord Shiva also, he is teaching by his own example how to offer prayers to the Supreme Lord. This is the all prayers. Then today's slok, okay, and that the first para we found that purpose of the creation, the three lords who creates, maintenance, and annihilates, that is Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwar. And all material body is finished, and also spiritual body is finished at the time of annihilation. But even Rudra become fearful, but our devotee is not fearful. So what, my next slide, what is the most fearful in our life? Can you tell anyone? What is the most fearful?
Death.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. So many, the death is the most fearful. Whatever, little bit accident and things, it's okay. But death is most fearful. And just I will discuss this point about the fearful. What's the causes? And why it's happened and how we can overcome it and what's the result. And actually, why we most fearful? Can you tell why? Because
death takes away everything, every material possession one has.
yeah,
At
yes,
the end, one has to leave everything behind.
yes, and because of the feelings of material body. Yeah. That's why that famous that sloka in 11th canto is telling Bhayam ditya bhine veshatah sat ishad apetesh viprayo smrita anmayayato buddha abhajittam bhaktai kayesham guru devatma. Fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as the material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. When the living entity thus turns away from the Supreme Lord, he also forgets his own constitutional position as a servant of the Lord. The bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion called Maya. That I think 2 days ago we read when we are reading about that Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita. They are discussing there. Everything is illusion. Our family, our son, our mother, everything is illusion. Everything will finish. These are all Maya. So this is the all material body. Material bodies, our feelings and we think always it's mine, I. And this is fearfulness is the result of material involvement. Bhayam daitavi nivisatah sat means fearfulness is a creation of the bodily conception of life. As long as one is absorbed in the thought, he is this material body, he is fearful. Yeah, because always think it's my. Oh, what happened if I drive the motorbike? If I don't have anything, and always be fearful. And also this fear is the because of the absorption in the illusory energy of the Lord. This is also one cause. It's written here. When the living entity forgets who he is, because we forget what is our constitutional position. That's why there is fear, because we think, oh, we are doing everything. I am controlling myself. I am controlling my house. I am controlling my kids. Because I forget myself that I am Nitya Das, Jiveswarupa Nitya Das. But when means one jiva understands that his spirit soul part and parcel of Krishna, then no fear. And then soul is eternal. So we are fearful of death. That's why the fear is there. Even in Arjuna, we have seen in Bhagavad Gita, he is fearful on the effects of the war. He's telling to Krishna, oh, I am not going to war because I will lose my kingsman, my Pitamaha, my Gurudev, everyone is there. So why I will go for that? Because no one will be there. But the first thing Krishna speaks about the concept of soul. That soul is eternal. Because by that knowledge, that we aware who we are, from where we came. That's why we need to know the knowledge. That way fear can go off. And also this fearful is sign of ignorance. That fearfulness and ignorance is combined together. And so Srila Prabhupada also discussed, I have seen so many times that he was telling that in material world, we always, it is actually, nature is defending. He tells about the fear because the material world is temporary and it is a limited source. So there is always competition for the resource. There is always fear competition. So I will grab, no one will grab. This is that defending nature. This is the cause of fearfulness. One more cause I have given, this is the false shelter. If we take the false shelter, if we don't take the shelter of the lotus feet, that Prahlad Maharaj tells about that in Canto 7, chapter 9 and 19 sloka. Can anyone read? That is visible? Yeah. Can anyone read the sloka?
Balasya neha sharanam itaro narsinga nartasya chat chagadam udanvati vajato no tapatasya tad pratividvin iya. It's not readable. Can you make it a little bigger?
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. It's showing small. Is it okay?
It's somewhat better, yeah.
Yeah.
Pratividya ज्ञान शेतस तावद् विभोतनु वृत्तम त्वद् उपस्थितनम.
Thank
My
you.
Lord Nrsimha, O Supreme, because of bodily conception of life, embodied soul neglected and not cared for by you cannot do anything for their betterment. Whatever remedies they accept, although perhaps temporarily beneficial, are certainly impermanent. For example, a father and mother cannot protect the child. A physician and medicine cannot relieve the suffering patient, and a boat on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. Hare Krishna.
So nice, so true, isn't it? Yeah. So when I was reading, that sloka, I was remembering when we were reading that literature, one was that Rabindranath Tagore, Devatar grass was there. That how means we cannot protect our kids as well. So here Prahlad also giving the example how parents will not be able to protect the children. So I am just giving that example about that the boy who is going to Ganga Sagar Mela. So his auntie doesn't want to take him, but he cries a lot and he wants to go. Then the main that Brahman was there. That poem's name was Devatar Grash. So took him and they are going to the Ganga Sagar, and it's the Ganga Sagar Mela, and that when they are just going by the boat, the Sagar, and so means it's suddenly the big tides came. So because of the big tides, their all life is in danger. That's Brahman was telling who means who was telling that who has promised. Then the auntie was telling she tells that if you come with me, I will give you the Ganga Sagar. So then Brahman was telling, yeah, because you already told. So just because of that boy, we all will die. Maybe 100 devotees were there. So that Brahman took the boy and dropped the ocean. So it is so painful because no one can protect. No one can protect, even our parents. No one can protect. So that's why that Prahlad Maharaj is telling diseased persons, he may take shelter of many remedies, medicines or doctors. I'm seeing in the hospital how means the best way to give the solution, to protect, to give the medicine, to do the operation. But they cannot save. And also doctors, medicine cannot protect anyone, cannot protect from death. So Srila Prabhupada tells also, often that businessman, when he was able to die, he requests the doctor that you please, you increase my life. So at least until 90 years, I have to finish of my duties. So can you please prolong my life? But actually, many times it is not in the hands of doctors. We are seeing, we are experiencing. They can try sometimes, say they may be able to prolong for some time, but ultimately they cannot give protection from death. Death or disease is means keep attacking people in any other way from today, tomorrow, like this. Today someone is good, tomorrow. So even though people may be very rich, but still they will never be able to overcome death. We have seen that Michael Jackson, remember? And how he was trying, and he kept all doctors, all nurses to take care of him. But age of 50, he passed away. So, if, so it's difficult to overcome from death. And he was telling, I am ready to spend any amount of money. You start research and find out remedy for death. So these are all going on, but eventually he died. So this means death will be there. So how to this fear will be there always. So even that children means cannot save from their parents, only who will save? The Supreme Personality Godhead. So how this fear in every jiva's heart. So how we can avoid the fear? Let's discuss. So we found, due to false shelter and due to the material body, we became fearful. Now we'll go how to avoid the fear. This is very common picture, and you know who is sitting in between?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj. So how to avoid fear? So Prahlad Maharaj, you see, so he is means how he's sitting nicely. He doesn't have any fear because he already surrendered. Avasya Roksibe Krishna Vishwasya Palan. Saranagati. The devotees surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord are always fearless, for they have complete faith that Sri Krishna will protect them. This is the Saranagati, because he already taken shelter. So actually, if we see the Prahlad Maharaj, he is only 5 years old and completely helpless, very small, tiny boy, and hardly having any strength with the fight with Hiranyakashipu, his father. And his father is so powerful. Even demigods are fearful. But little Prahlad, who is only 5 years old, completely helpless child, and he's completely fearless. It's like, in front of a hurricane, it's a small, tiny plant. So any time can deeply rooted, but he has taken shelter of Lord very strongly. As he has taken shelter of Lord's lotus feet. That's why he is fearless. Then also, devotees are fearless from Rudra. Just I will discuss about that. The Rudra. Who is Rudra? I found some description from Canto 3, that chapter 12 and 7 and 20 slokas are given about that Rudras. That when Brahma, when Brahma that asked for the beget the children from 4 Kumaras, that Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan, Sanatan Kumar, they are unwilling to generate the progeny. And that time Brahma became very angry and tried to curb the anger, but came out from the eyebrows. That from eyebrows, that child came out that is mixed blue and red, and as means same time it's generated. And his name is Rudra, and he cries very anxiously after his birth. And his residential places are 11 places: the heart, sense, air of life, sky, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the sun, the moon, and austerity. 11 places. And that's why Rudra means is having 11 names of Rudra, other 11 names. That is has written, and also that 11 Rudra is having 11 wives. Their names also are there. And the sons and grandsons generated by Rudra were unlimited in number. And when they assemble together, they attempt to devour the entire universe. So seeing this, Brahma, he became fearful. Then he advised to Rudra, you go for penance, to do penance. By penance can even approach the personality of Godhead, who is within our heart. And also same time, and that he can go for penance. That's why Maitra said, thus Rudra, having been ordered by Brahma, circumambulated by his father, the master of the Vedas, went to the forest to perform the austerities. This is the Rudra's a little bit story. And this is also complicated, that Rudra. And this is Rudra is also Maheshwar. And we have seen how fearful are Haridas Thakur, Pandavas, and then recent are Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, Kadamba Kanan Swami Maharaj. In the last moment, how they are talking about the God, because they are fearless, they have taken the shelter. Then this is the how to avoid fear. This is that. Then I will go for the next slide, how to avoid fear. Continue some more examples. That Canto 14:4. Sorry, this is, should be Bhagavad Gita. It's the real, if we take real shelter, because we know the Supreme Personality Godhead is the cause of all causes, and real parents is Krishna, because Krishna is Aham Bija Pradapita, and I am the seed-giving father. He is telling in this sloka for the all living entities. And we can take the one example that Narada Muni, when he bring back to Chitrakati's son who has died, when the Narada Muni brought back the child back to life, that particular soul he was asking, who then that boy came out in the life, and he was telling, which parents you are talking about, because so many lifetime I have been taking shelters of, I have taken birth with so many fathers and mothers. So which father and which mother you are talking of? So many fathers, mothers may keep changing in many, many births, but our eternal father remains the same, because he is unchangeable. He remains the same, Lord Sri Krishna. Also, we found same incident. And you remember that example, that where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking?
Srivastava sons.
Yeah, Srivastava Thakur, same answer he was giving, that we have so many mothers and fathers to whom we want to take. So we found that Brajavashi, because they also have faced so many problems and troubles, calamities, tribulation, but they never give up the shelter of Lord Krishna. They have going through the demon attack like Putana, Ogashur, and that Kalia. So many things happen. Even for us, if something happened in the Auckland, even we can hear the bomb blast will be going on. So people will go away, will not stay. But even so many calamities in Brajabashi, but they don't go away. They stay with the Lord Krishna, because they know he is the shelters of us. Then that Krishna is Paramatma, Abhyam Sattva Samsuddhihi. This one is the also Bhagavad Gita 16.1. It has been told, one must be fully convinced that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his localized aspect of Paramatma. He is always within, and he is seeing everything. He always knows what one intends to do. He knows everything. And one must have firm conviction that Krishna is Paramatma, and he is sitting in our heart. And he will take care. If we surrender, he will take care. And I shall never be alone. One should think, even I have in forest, the darkest region, but always I shall be accompanied by Krishna. He will give me all protection. This is means once that's the way one must become fearless. Obhyam Satma Samsuddhi. That all Shanyasis, all renounced order of life, their mentality is like that. They are, because they are Brahmabhuta, they are self-realized. That's why here it is written, the bhaktas, the devotees are fearless and always joyful, because they are constantly engaged in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord. Then Bhagavatam is telling that Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasa Jayate. Those who knows that the Bhakti Yog, he will become fearless and joyful. Unless one becomes fearless and joyful, he cannot understand the science of God. Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasa Jayate. Bhagavat Tattva, when will know, Mukta Sangasa Jayate. They will know the science. Mukta Sangasa, they have no fear. Actually, this verse is talking about that liberated person, those who are fearfulness in this material world. That's why that Lord Shiva advises everyone to practice the Bhakti Yoga, devotional service. Bhagavat Bhakti Yoga means Supreme Personality Godhead to Krishna, no other. And then unflinching faith to lotus feet of the Lord as well as the spiritual master. It's Sita Upanishad is this is very common verse. Yasya deva parabhakti atha deva tatha guru tashyam kathayita hi arthaha prakashamte mahatmanaha. Having faith in Krishna's power and Krishna's production is very important. And same time, we have to take shelter our spiritual master. Only then we can become fearless. And we can understand the greatness of Krishna. He is all powerful and all merciful. Also, Srimad Bhagavatam, this is very important verse, that Vaishyamam Sriyamanaha Krishna Paramam Purushe Bhaktir Utpadate Pumsha Shoko Moho Bhaya Apaha. Means if we take the shelter of Lord Krishna and hearing the glories of the Lord, three things will be three things will go away. We'll be freed from Soka, Bhaya, and Moha. Because Soka, we always lament, thinking about past, what it's happened with me, what I did like this. I should not have done like this. Always we think that way, because I think some, Moha, it's about illusion. My mind, it's my house, my car, my son, my kids, all. And then Bhaya, about the future. What will be happen if it is not there? What will be happen? When will become old? What will happen? Always we are fearful. So when you take shelter of Krishna through the process of hearing, we all become freed from all these three. Because Krishna is the source of everything. He will provide whatever is required. This faith will be with us. This faith will cross the illusion that Soko Poho Bhaya Apaha will go away. That's why here that in the slok is telling Kunteo Pratijanati Name Bhakta Pranashyati. That so one, the devotee has taken shelter, the Krishna is always protect them. Like Arjun, we can take that one example. So many times in the Kurukshetra where Arjuna was supposed to be killed, because Krishna was present, like when you take, means always with him. If we take the example of Jayadratha, Arjun took a vow that before sunset, I will kill him. If I don't kill, I will jump in fire and finish my life. That day, that means that night, Krishna was walking, forth or in, and Bhima was asking to Krishna, if Arjuna will not be able to fulfill his vow, so what will happen? Then Krishna was telling, I myself will kill that. And also sake of Arjuna, I myself kill that. And even if I cannot kill, I will kill the entire Kaurava. And if required, I enter crore of army. I can destroy the entire universe for sake of Arjuna. See how he takes care of Arjuna, because Arjuna is always thinking about Krishna in sleeping. Krishna, 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 always. And also we found that in the chapter 1866, that Krishna is telling, Sharpa dharma parityajya mamekam saranam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mukshasami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion, just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. He is giving the assurance. Because Lord is supreme maintenance, then we can be fearless. We have to know He is the Father. He is the supreme Father. He is the Aham Bija Pradapito. He can protect us. This faith we should be built in our mind. And we should have faith in Lord's protection, maintenance, then we become fearless. And that is the ultimate solution that we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. And even we found that devotees are fearless from Rudra as well. Now, I can tell about that. So how to avoid fear, continue, I discussed. And now I can just last portion, the result of fearlessness. So Bhagavatam, this one, that of what I am reading today, 424:68, it has written, if one strictly follows the process of devotional service, he has no fear of death, for he is predestined to go back home, back to Godhead. That Rudra is telling that if we are fearlessness, if we take the shelter, we will go back to Godhead. And also, we found from that Canto 1, chapter 939, the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and that Bhishma Pitamaha, who is lying on the arrow bed, he got the original forms after death, because at the time of death, he was thinking about that, let my ultimate attraction be to Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon the chariot driver of Arjuna, who stood with a whip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. So who is there? Even Bhishmadev got the original forms, 400 forms, and Parthasarathis form, he got it. And Srila Prabhupada confirms, simply by remembering the Lord at the time of death, one can obtain liberated from this material existence. The conclusion is that whoever dies looking on the personality of Godhead without attains his Sarupa, which is the highest perfection of life. This is our ultimate goal, isn't it? So if we strictly follow the process of devotional service, he has no fear of death, and we will attain the Golaka. And the last verse, just it's telling the result of that fearfulness in that Prahlad Maharaj chapter, Canto 7, that he's telling, he prayed the Lord delivered to his father, and the Narsingadev Bhagavan was telling that you are pure devotee, and your family and your forefathers, all 21 generations are liberated. So this is the result. And Bhagavad Gita 8.5, it's still telling, attains Lord's nature. Antakali cha mameva smaran mukta kalevaram ye prayati samadbhavam yati nashtayatri samsaya. Whoever at the time of death quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this, there is no doubt. So if we process the Bhakti Yoga, our fearless situation will go away, and when we will be fearless, then we can go to the our supreme goal, Golok Dham. And that way, and that's Srila Prabhupada giving us in that nice ISKCON where we can chant, and we are doing our daily routine, that 16th hour chanting with taking the Sravanam process, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we are following the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, and we are trying to taking his 6 Akstam, and we are trying to be humble. We are on the process, and we are offering all respect to the Vaishnavas, and without requiring respect in return. In such a way, one will be able to depart from the body successfully, remembering Krishna, and so attain the supreme goal. In this, I am concluding my topic. Thank you. If you have any questions or any comments, you can tell, and any correction. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you.
So nice explanation, nice class. Just concluding the last part of this Rudra Geet, which is the last text 68, concluding part of this Rudra Geet. Yeah, you need to explain. The ultimate thing is the boy, is fear. Whatever we do, we are always in the case of fear, and that is what bound us. So to avoid this fear, the process is deliberately explained Lord Shiva by engaging ourselves at the lotus feet of the Lord, and that is the ultimate goal. Why we are fearful? Because we are always thinking of past, present, and future. Shuka, Moha, and Bhaya. So these 3 things always bind us, because these 3 things are always in the platform of bodily platform. But once we get connected to the soul, to the Supreme Soul, so that part doesn't depend on the boy. That's why devotees were readily accepted the devotional service. They know the body and soul are different. So in this way, when we get connected with the Lord, so we understand this body is temporary. It is going to be destroyed any moment. But once we get connected through soul to the Supreme Soul, that body, which is Atma, that is never destructible. So that's why we are not fearful. It means the devotees are not fearful. Other than non-devotees are fearful of these things because they will be losing their outer body. That's why they are fearful. So this text is readily tells us not to be afraid of, and you so nicely explain how to avoid fear. The presentation of this fear and how to avoid fear so nicely explained to make it clear that not to be fearful for the devotee, because Prabhupada has given all the platform to us to understand this Shoka Moha Bhaya is only for the bodily platform. It is not for the soul. So that understanding is given by Srila Prabhupada through his books, through his teachings, through his regular program, that gives us the understanding we are not the body, we are spirit soul. Once we understand that platform, then we become fearless, and that is what is the subject matter of today. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. You nicely summarized. Anyone who wants to say or anything?
Hare Krishna, Madhuri.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, thank you for summarizing this wonderful verses sung by Lord Shiva. Such a nice summary with so much nice depictions. Regarding protection from fear, I just heard recently experience of a Prabhupada disciple in Russia. Even Prabhupada, just Prabhupada Pranam Mantra can protect us also. She was distributing books and she was caught by KBG. And she was subject to many a lot of pain given by these KGB agents. So still they could not break her chanting. So then they brought one witch, which was very, very powerful to break her Krishna consciousness. But the witch tried everything. And she was telling that even she could feel somebody was going to enter and going to take over her whole consciousness. So she was praying to Lord Nrsimhadev, praying to Radha Krishna. But still, the witch's power was so powerful, she was not able to control the entering of the evil spirit in her body. Then she remembered to Prabhupada, and she just chanted Srila Prabhupada Pranam mantra. Everything stopped. And then the witch told the KGB agent, I cannot go any further. I give up. The KGB agent said, what happened? Oh, this person standing behind her, he is so powerful. I cannot counteract him. I'm going. So she left, and then she was saved. Just by reciting Prabhupada Pranam mantra was so powerful, because she has so much faith in Prabhupada. She was saved. I think he was told by His Holiness Giraj Maharaj recently, about the experience of one devotee in Russia. So let alone Krishna giving us fear, protect us from fear. Even great devotees, pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada can also protect us. So thank you, Mataji, for letting me share this.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this. In this regard, I would like to just share my experience that recently it's happened that Krishna Kishore Prabhu, that disciple of our spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, because after Guru Maharaj left from this world, then Krishna Kishore Prabhu's parents wants to take it back at home. And they have done so many things with the means mystic yoga and things, everything. And lastly, they have means forcing means with they have given so much money and things. And that mystic yoga, that a person is telling, I am trying to do, but someone is standing in front of him. So I cannot. Then after that, after 2-3 months, his parents is telling the same, how Guru Maharaj is protecting him. So it's happened. Still it's happening. Means our Guru's Pranam Mantra and Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra is still working with us. And we should not deviate from this path. We should continue in our sadhana. Hare Krishna, thank you. If any realization, anything is not there, we can conclude the class.
Hare Krishna Mataji, take care. No one is there, so we can conclude the class. Thank you very much for the nice class.
Kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हरे
जय सीता आनंदनी माता जी की
हरे कृष्णा।
जय। हरे कृष्ण।
All bliss to the Supreme.
हरे कृष्णा।